Texas Republican Party Chairman Abraham George, thank you so much and welcome back to Eye on Politics.
Thanks for having me, Jack.
So, municipal elections are coming up and they are supposed to be nonpartisan. We're talking about races for school board, we're talking about city council and mayor races, and yet they've become more political recently. Why do you think that is? And is your party trying to recruit candidates for these elected offices with the hope that they gain a following and run for higher office?
Not really. I mean, we are recruiting people to run for those offices, mainly because, school boards and city councils have been a disaster in many areas for the past 2 decades. And Jack, I don't know if you've seen these numbers. There's about 250 plus million dollars. Billion with a B, on debt with all of these municipal races. And we are at about $500 billion worth of debt if all the bonds pass this time around. So our property tax, a good amount of that comes from, more than 50% comes from local entities like the school boards and city council. So we're looking at attacking this property tax issue in Texas from all sides. And one of the things we said is we need conservatives to run the school boards and city councils and water municipal districts and all of that, along with we need conservatives at the state house and senate. So this is more about how much money are we spending on different things.
And so, if I'm hearing you correctly, is part of your party's message to voters when they go out and they consider school bonds is to vote against them?
Not always. Some of them we do want to pass. A lot of them we don't. We have bonds for like $30 million symphony halls on high schools. It's a little excessive. We had $70 million football stadiums on ballot this time. So, if the people in that district wants to have a $70 million football stadium, that is fine. But we want to educate them and saying, a $70 million football stadium comes with a tax hike, even though most school board, city council bonds will come with a disclaimer: this is not going to increase your tax, which is absolutely not true. So we just wanted to have that information out there, and that's why we have candidates running in those races.
Let's talk about school choice. It's now going to be the law of the land here in Texas, education savings accounts. And first of all, your reaction to that, and what will the Texas GOP be looking at as it relates to this bill going forward?
Well, we supported it. School choice have been a priority for the Republican Party for about 4 decades. It started even further before that. Ronald Reagan talked about it. We want to have a choice for all of our parents to take their kids to the best school possible. Every single Texan should have that choice. This is not that. This is, we're with 100,000 kids, $1 billion. It's just really a pilot program. So we're excited to see how this goes for the next couple of years and what we need to change and fix in the next session. So this is a huge win for the Republican Party and the conservatives.
And I spoke with your counterpart in the Texas Democratic Party, and he told me that he believes this bill is just an effort to, what he says, hurt public schools and to keep wages down in the state of Texas. He also said that Democrats are considering filing a suit against the state to try to block this. What's your reaction to both of those things?
I don't understand that messaging at all. So Democrats want to say we don't want to give any choice to our parents. We want you to send your kids to public schools. A lot of them are failing public schools. If you take a look at Dallas County, we have multiple failing public school systems in Dallas County. Same thing in Harris County. Same thing in Travis County. So messaging to those parents is, well, your kids are stuck in a failing school because you cannot afford to send them to private school or a charter school or something else. So if that's what they want to take it to the court and to the public square, I'm glad they're doing it, because that will get more people to come to Republican side and say, okay, we want free market, we want school choice. I want to be able to make the choice for my child to go study whatever I believe it's the best interest of my kid. So I welcome that lawsuit. I think it's a really bad idea for them, but it's good for us.
So here we are, May 1st, hard to believe, and we've got about a month left in the regular Texas legislative session. What are you and the party most focused on at this point?
Well, Jack, we have about 8 priorities. We have about 7 left. I think we're going to get SB 17 soon, over the next day or so. That is stopping hostile nations from purchasing farmland here in Texas. They're like China, North Korea, Iran, from Chinese Communist parties, allies coming here and buying hundreds of thousands of acres of land. So I think that is going to come out of the House over the next day or 2 or 3, and that's going to be a huge win for us. And we're also working on the rest of the stuff. Stop sexualizing kids, to securing our grid, to even have further property tax reform and things like that. So there's a lot coming out, and we're excited. I think we're going to have a great session. We just don't know the end result yet, because we have another 28 or 29 days left.
Let me ask you about bail reform. Governor Abbott has been pushing this hard,
Yeah.
and the House is going to need 12 Democrats to join all 88 Republicans to get this passed. And whether that will happen, it did not happen 2 years ago, and it may not happen again. And so I'm wondering, if that does fail, how does the party respond?
I think bail reform is, it's very critical for state of Texas. It's really not a Republican issue or a Democrat issue. It's an issue for every citizen in the state of Texas. And Governor Abbott, I don't know if he's going to do this. I hope he will call special sessions if he doesn't get this. I really do hope he will do that, because this has been a problem, especially in the last few years with all the illegal immigration. And we have people who are charged for murder walking out and going and committing that crime. It's been crazy, especially in Houston area. So that needs to stop. And these liberal judges are letting these criminals out without proper bail. So it party would support and will stand with the governor on this 100%, because this is a problem and this is a priority for us.
And my last question to you, and I appreciate your time, is looking ahead to 2026. We've already seen a very contentious battle in the Republican primary for U.S. Senate between Senator Cornyn and Attorney General Ken Paxton. And there's talk of perhaps Wesley Hunt looking at this very seriously. So are you staying neutral in this race? What do you make of it? And what about some of the other races? Texas Attorney General seat is going to be open as well.
Yeah, I am going to stay neutral on this. I have my personal preference on some of these candidates, but I'm going to keep that to myself and myself only. And I've got to run those primaries, and we have a very vibrant party. So we have a lot of people running for different things, and AG's race is one of them, controllers race is one of them, and we will see Senate races, many things that are coming up. So uh, it's great for the party. It's great for grassroots to have multiple choices, and say, well, I like this person for these policies, or I like this person because he's a fighter, or whatever they want to do. We will facilitate that primaries without any bias. So that's where we're at.
Texas Republican Party Chairman Abraham George, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.